Hello everybody, this is Richy here.
Now we've made a few changes,
And today we are moving out.
because today we're gonna raid an ocean temple, my friends. As of now, I have 25 subscribers, and then we hit 50 subscribers. Hey, what's up everybody? Richy here, and we have just hit 100 subscribers. Hello, welcome back everybody, Richy here, and today is a very special day, as you probably heard. It is our 100 subscriber special. Now the project I have planned for today is probably going to be completely epic. Of course, we're going to finish work on this cathedral right here. Well, finish is sort of an ambitious term. We're going to continue work on this cathedral. But I have a little reward for you guys. Now, over my entire series, I've been mining diamonds, and I've accumulated quite a lot. So I thought, why not mark our 100 subscribers with 100 diamond blocks? And right here is what we've collected so far. We've been doing quite a lot, but as of now, we are only at 77 diamonds. So unless I have time for 10 or so hours of mining, we're just going to substitute the last names in with emerald ore right now, and I promise, guys, we will get those diamond blocks in later. But before we start any of that, since this is a little bit of a special episode, I have a little bit of a special story to tell you guys. Now recently, I did a tutorial on an elytra launcher that could send you thousands and thousands of blocks, and before I did the tutorial, I tested it out in my own world, and well, it really didn't disappoint. It can send you way, way up into the sky, but at some point, stupid old me decided to test exactly how far it could go. And well, it turns out it could go pretty far. After several thousand blocks of flying, I touched down on this tiny deserted island in the middle of the ocean. Now, I had prepared for this. I knew what I was doing. I brought an ender chest, and my plan was I would just put all my items in the ender chest, suicide, all my items would be saved, and I'd have the test done. Everything would be fine and dandy. But then off on the horizon, I spotted an ocean temple. And the idiotic side of my brain said, hey Richy, why don't you just grab some of those sponges from that nice little ocean temple before you die? And unfortunately, I decided to do that. I went there, I killed the 3 Elder Guardians, and I got a stack and a half of sponges, which was pretty good. Then I set back off, unfortunately in the completely wrong direction, to this little mob-infested island I had found. After doing quite a lot of almost dying, I realized a problem. Now that I had collected the sponges and the gold from the temple, I no longer had enough space in my ender chest to get everything back home, which meant, of course, that I would have to walk. I stashed my most valuable items in the ender chest, thinking if I died, at least I could save them. But in retrospect, this was completely stupid, because this meant walking thousands of blocks with no armor and no weapons. But thousands of blocks I did end up walking. I ended up wading through oceans, walking through deserts. Once I hit the savannah, it was getting dark and I was almost completely out of food. I almost died several times that night, and embarrassingly ended up crawling into a little hole until day came. The next day I started walking again. I didn't find much besides some chunk errors from when my world corrupted, and an abandoned little desert temple. But at the end of the last day, I climbed on top of this massive Extreme Hills mountain. I threw on my elytra and I flew, and at this point I had no clue where I was, but I hoped I was close to safe, and I drifted right down into my base. And as a result of that, I had quite a lot of fun, and I'm sort of terrified of this elytra launcher. But unfortunately, this elytra launcher is going to have to go, because 100 boats, as there are right here, causes a ton of lag. I'm getting like 20 frames per second right now, and yes, it's because my computer's really bad, but we really just need to do something about this. It won't be gone forever though, as I believe Impulse SV has designed a version that destroys the boats after you go flying, reducing all the lag and making this machine sustainable. And if my flying skills permit, I can show you one more thing I've been working on in this game, which is an elytra tunnel that leads down to my base, and my flying skills really didn't permit, did they? But there we go. It's a nice little tunnel that eases all the way down, and it comes out all the way there, so if you want to dive bomb the ground, you still have plenty of room to. And in other news, I started a tiny little monument to commemorate the journey I talked about earlier. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to start work on a much bigger memorial. This entire chapel, which is going to be dedicated to 100 subscribers. And I sort of don't know where I should place the diamond blocks right now, as I really haven't figured a floor out, but I think this should be a good level. It should work. So we're going to try to work on just the logistics of where we're going to place 100 blocks, and then I'll get right back to you guys. So my idea was to put in all of the diamond blocks in a row just like this, but honestly, now that I look at it, I might not have enough space. I might have to expand this elsewhere. 3, 2, 1... Bam! Check this out, guys. We have been working on this roof, and so far, I like what I see. I mean, we obviously have a lot more work to do with the lines, but this is pretty good, especially when we carry it into the back. And I am thinking in my overly ambitious brain that we're going to carry this not into the end of a building, but into a castle built in this corner. Sometimes I wonder what I get myself into. But that will definitely not be happening in this episode. So let's focus on the task at hand, getting all these diamond blocks into place with all your guys' names on them. And so far, we are doing pretty good. I finally found a way to get all of your names to fit in. I'm just going to do 2 stories. There's going to be a floor, like right here, and then I just carried this part into this back wall. But seriously, this is close. I feel nervous, and I don't know why. This isn't normally something I would feel nervous about. I'm just going to be placing signs. But I suppose there's some sort of emotions in me affiliated with all of these signs. Because, of course, they're not signs. They are the memories of 8 months on YouTube, over 100 videos, 104 subscribers currently, and they're all about to be obliterated by that creeper. This is why there are things we don't like about Minecraft. Duh. Well, this is really a strange situation. It turns out in the deep dark settings of YouTube, you can actually turn off sharing your subscribers publicly, which means people you're subscribed to won't know that you're subscribed to them. And that's the only explanation I can conjure up for having 104 subscribers, but only 99 names, which means the first name I get will be going on that 100th block right there. But unfortunately, guys, that's looking like it might be about it for today. Though actually, what I think we're gonna do is one of them good old-fashioned mining challenges for old time's sake. We'll go for 30 minutes and try to get as many more diamond blocks as we can, and then I'll get right back to you guys. And once again, I just have to say a massive thank you to you guys. When I started this channel, I really wasn't doing that great. I was just starting my sophomore year in high school, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I was already starting to feel the dread that I would inevitably be in school for the next 6 years of my life, just so I could sit in an office for the rest of my life. And throughout the last 8 months of making videos, these facts haven't changed. I'm still the awkward high schooler I was. I still don't have a lot of friends, and I am still a little worried about my future. My life hasn't changed, but my perception of my life has. And I really think it's because of you guys, because of this channel. Now, after a bad day of school, I can come home and make a video and talk to you guys and just feel like I'm doing something that matters now, instead of spending the rest of my life preparing for it. But what we've done so far is really amazing, and I know it's all dumb and cliche to say this channel's changed my life, but honestly, it really has. So let's swap in our 3 new diamond blocks. And unfortunately, guys, that is going to be it for today. I'm quite wiped out from gathering all these diamonds, and because I was trying to gather most of them in the last few days, this video will be a little late, which you probably will have noticed by the time it came out. But anyway, guys, I really hope you liked this video. I had a ton of fun making it. This has been Richy, and I will see you next time.